Hey, I am Desiree Cocroft, your Get Your Life coach. I am a speaker, author, transformation coach, and life strategist here to help you get your life together. I'm so excited to talk to you this week because we'll be talking a little bit about how to design your life and business so that you can get what you desire. So, I've been talking a lot about engineering a plan for your life. I've been working with my clients about engineering a plan for themselves. And so, I want to tell you different ways that you can use what I'm going to share with them in your own creation of your life and business. So, if you tuned in last week, I talked a lot about expanding the vision of who you are. And so, as you expand who you are, it's going to be important for you to get that vision of who you are and what you desire into a plan. So, back in the day, I used to want to be an engineer. When I was a kid, I admired my aunt, and she was an engineer. So, I wanted to be an engineer. But the fact of the matter is, engineering wasn't my thing, but creating structures, building, and strategy is. So I really enjoy helping people strategize their life, their business, and figure out how can they put the vision that they have in place into reality and really get creative about how they brainstorm the ways that they're going to do it. And so one way that I enjoy helping people create the life and business they want is to help them define their success. So, in these internet streets and in the real streets, it can be really hard to define what success looks like for you. So, I want to encourage you think about, well, what does success look like for me? What is that income goal that I may have, or what is that business model that I know will work with the kind of person that I am and the way that I want to live my life? How long would you want to wait before maybe you quit your job to become a full-time entrepreneur, or maybe you want to stay working and you want to have a side hustle that's manageable with the kind of job that you have? Whatever the case is, I want you to think about, what does success look like for you, and what do you want it to feel like? Do you want it to feel easy, relaxing, not super hustle flow? Do you want it to look like less than 20 hours a week? I'm creating this life for myself. And this is all based on like career and business, right? But when we think about things that we want to do in our personal life, maybe we have some health goals or relationship goals in our personal life, really articulating, well, what does the end look like? Really beginning with this end in mind, as Franklin Covey or Stephen Covey has said. How do we begin with the end in mind? How do we decide, well, what do I want that relationship to look like? Or how do I want to be a better leader in my organization? What do I want my organization to look like? What do I want the culture to look like? So anytime you're thinking about what you want success to be, you got to get a vision of what it looks like and what are the numbers that you need to focus on. Because if it's revenue, you're focusing on your growth in numbers, obviously, as it relates to money. When it comes to relationships, maybe it's the touch points, so that you can make sure that you're cultivating relationships by actually putting the time in. So thinking about it quantitatively, but then also qualitatively, right? How do you want it to feel? Do you want it to feel like you're living more free in your finances and in your time as it relates to, being a better leader? Do you want to feel like there is more belonging that exists in your organization? So really taking time to think about what your definition of success looks like, both quantitatively and qualitatively. So that's part one, defining your success. The second thing is to really think about, well, what are your big baby steps? So I spoke at a workshop this past weekend and talked about the concept of big baby steps, that we want to do big things, but how can we do it in baby steps? And I like to compare it to how toddlers are learning how to walk. And a lot of times we look at toddlers and they're learning how to walk and they're doing it without a lot of coaching. They just kind of innately, right? We all have innately just started that process of walking. And little by little, the crawl turns into a walk, the walk turns into the run, and the rest is history, right? So, how can we do the same thing with our personal goals and really just taking that little bit of time every day to dedicate to it? So, I want you to think, what are your baby steps to get to that definition of success in this season, maybe the next 90 days? We're almost at the halftime mark of the year, so maybe the next 6 months. What do you plan on doing on a daily basis to get you closer to that plan of success? It can be the same thing, a couple of days a week, or maybe it's this plan. Maybe you have a project and you want to just make sure you do a little bit as it relates to that plan, so that by the time you get to the end of the year, the plan or the project is complete. Whatever the case is, think about what is a baby step for you. What is something that can make a big impact, right, on your dreams, on your goals, in your life, in your business, by just doing a little bit every day. And then the last thing is creating an A team. So I talk about creating an A team in my book, and A team is an acronym. And the A is for accountability and abundance. So it's really about, how do you have people around you that are holding you accountable and have an abundance mindset, that they are not trying to hold their information, hold their knowledge, keep things from you and keep you from growing, but really are putting their whole selves on the table so that they can hold you accountable and that you all collectively can have a better life and a better business. So in a sense, this is almost an opportunity for you to have your own personal mastermind of people that can help you in your life. And they might help you in different areas of your life, but they're the people that you turn to, and you all might collectively turn to each other. The other letters of team stand for transparency, encouraging, achieving, and mentor. And so all of those are different elements that I think you really need in the people that you have around you, so that you can succeed and become your best self. You want people that can be transparent. You want people that can be encouraging you and that can, hold you up when you're down. You want people that have achieved some level of success, even if it's not the same level of success that you are looking toward, but maybe they have some qualities that you can glean from that could be helpful to you. And then lastly, someone that could be a mentor and that you could also pour into them, so that there is this reciprocity that exists between you and the other person. So those are the three main things that I think everyone really needs when we're desiring to create the life and the business that we want, and really want to engineer or structure a plan of action to help us get there. You're going to need the plan laid out, but before you can lay out your baby steps, you need that definition of success, and then you need people, resources around you that can really help you along the way. So hopefully this was really helpful to you. And if it was, please like, please share, please comment. If you are interested in working with me, I love helping people with strategy. You can hit the chat, the link below, if you want to have a 15-minute chat with me. Not a long time, but long enough to help you kind of organize your thoughts and figure out what works best for you. And after that call, if you want to work with me, I do have VIP strategy sessions that are available to you as well. And so until then, until the next time, go and be great.